My name is Boyson from Afro Blaq Africa, and today I'm doing this live with you guys. We are going to dissect and then talk about the whole experience with speed production because I think it has been one of like the most amazing production in recent times, being able to travel the whole of Africa, right? And then having constant internet, that is actually like a very crazy experience from a creative side, right? Having the whole live stream thing, having a good camera that I mean, I think it was just today that the whole I think they said they have an issue with the battery pack. That's why it even went out. If not, they hardly had lags. Like it wasn't laggy. Like everything went just so smooth. So today we are dissecting and then bisecting the whole speed production thing. Because personally, I think it's beautiful. Like coming from a creative side, it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful experience. Trust me. So first of all, big shout outs to Slips. He actually did so well with the whole production thing. I know he's the lead creative on that project, so big shout outs to Slips. He actually did amazing. In as much as it's IRL, so there's no way you can actually have so much control of how things would look, how cinematic it's going to be, and all that. But I think personally he did so well, and I commend him for that. And then now let's dive deep into the whole conversation, right? Let's dive deep into the whole conversation. So per my checks, right? Per my checks, Speed and the team actually use a Sony FX6. Sony always saves the day. Per my checks, they use a Sony FX6, and this is coming from Unlimited IRL. They actually helped um, they actually stream from Egypt because I learned Starlink doesn't actually work. So Unlimited IRL actually helped Speed stream from Egypt, and it has been an amazing experience getting like it's just so beautiful. Like Sony always comes for the win. I personally do not know what it is with Sony and creatives, but I think in the current moment, like at this point of our creative journeys, Sony is like the canon of the moment. Because it used to be Nikon and then Canon, and then now it's Sony. I know very soon the whole thing might transition on to something else, but personally, I'm a Sony shooter. Whatever you're looking at now is coming from a Sony. So I'm a Sony shooter. So I understand how it works, how it feels to work with Sonys, right? It's just like faster autofocus, the fact that it's hybrid and it's easy to operate and you actually get what you want when you want it. It's not like you don't have to like do so much to be able to start producing, right? It's a simple run and gun shoot camera. Like that's so amazing, yeah. So personally, I do understand why Slips will go for the Sony and specifically the FX6. You know, for some funny reason, right? The FX6 personally, I'll rank it over the FX9. For some funny reason, for some funny reason, I'll rank the FX6 over the FX9 for some funny reason. Because FX6 actually has some capabilities and some hidden gems, you know, over the FX9. Meanwhile, meanwhile, um, Meanwhile, I think the FX9 is actually above the FX6, but the FX6 actually does so well in like everything in every situation. So I'm not even surprised that Slips actually went in for the FX6. You know, I'm not surprised at all that Slips went in for the FX6, specifically Sony and the FX6, and it actually did so well. Like especially when the network was good and then the bandwidth was high, it was actually so well. And with that, that takes us to our next point. So according to the team, they actually used a TVU one, a solo encoder. Like it's a very well thought process. You know, it's a very well thought process for Slips because he aside the fact that they were actually using the Starlink, right? They actually used the TV one for encoding, right? To help the see. It was a very well thought project. Like sorry, it was a very well thought process, right? Because to be able to be that in depth and make a decision like that comes from a place of accessibility. Because I think because slaves actually have access to so much. He makes decisions like too easily, and he's able to get them. So I think his decisions come from a place of accessibility because of the fact that he knows when he mentioned it, he's getting it. He's able to make right decisions most of the time. He's not supposed to compromise, right? So personally, I feel like yes, Slims is good, but most of the reason why he's good is because it comes from a place of accessibility, right? And it's still amazing. I mean, I'm still going to give him that. I'm not going to take that away from him for the fact that he's actually good, right? And then I have gotten to know that the team actually likes to use the Sony 16 to 35. Why? Because they like the wide shots from the 16. They'll be able to get all of the crowd and every single person. And then the 35 for the close-ups. A very well to process. To use just a single lens for just every single thing, like the entire process. The 35 f2.8 for low light. It's a very well thought process. And I think slaves, I'm just saying, slaves actually make most of these decisions from a place of accessibility because he knows he's going to get them. He just makes the decision and then he gets them. And also, I mean, it was all over. You could actually see it all over because Speed was actually using a very good DJI mic, right? He was using a DJI mic, and the audio was incredible. See the production from head to toe, everything, every single thing was great. And this is what I'm saying. I feel like the whole of that decision comes from a place of accessibility. It comes from a place of accessibility because Slips feels like, yeah, I can have access to this. So then, yes, he goes ahead and then gets it. And for that fact, if they have like a very good audio, bro, it makes sense to be able to have a good audio. Sometimes I just wonder the number of like microphones that they have on site, the number of battery packs. If you have to shoot like 8 hours, you would have to use a lot of batteries, like a lot. It takes a lot. Because sometimes, genuinely, I wonder the number of like battery packs they have on site, the number of like microphones, and the number of like gears they have on standby just in case one goes off. Like that this is a very expensive stream. Trust me, this is a very, very expensive stream. A very, very expensive stream. And they hardly had likes. I mean, big ups to Elon Musk for the Starlink though, because I kind of for now I'm very convinced that the Starlink is actually a thing. It's actually come to stay. It's actually something they can rely on because if they were, except the fact that they couldn't even use it in Egypt, that is what actually I don't know the reason why, whether it's restrictions, regulations, or it's just not acceptable in that space. But I think Starlink is a go-to if you have like if you want like very good internet. Starlink is your go-to because with this experience, I think a lot of people actually sold their markets and they have no idea they actually did with this whole experience. Because personally, I wouldn't have known of unlimited RL until like I started doing my research and I realized, oh, okay, they actually helped him stream from Egypt because Starlink couldn't work. So let's say if I have a point like, oh yeah, I can get them. See, a lot of people actually sold themselves with this whole stream thing. I really respect that for Speed, Slaves, the entire team. It has been like an amazing experience watching the streams from here, Ghana, and big love to the whole team. Big love to like everyone. It was an amazing experience having to watch this level of production from a creative to another creative. Big love to Slips. You really did that amazing job. I'll be bringing you more episodes of this around creativity, filmmaking, arts, and all of that. Big love to everyone. I'm out.